Greetings, it's Jerry here. So today I've got 5 portable CD players which I purchased off eBay for parts or repair. The listing said that at least one of them has corrosion of the battery compartment. They're all untested. Let's unwrap them and see how they look. I'll just put it over here. What do we got? Number 1, Telefunken. Got a TIAC. What have we got here? 0 seconds, and this one actually has a CD in it, so we get a free CD. Cool. So hopefully there is a Sony one here. Oh yes, there's the Sony. See that, and finally, oh, another Sony. 2 completely different Sonys, different shape, different models. Excellent. Seems like a good buy. Surely you'd be able to get one of these to work. Huh. Famous last words. So let's have a quick look at this. This is TIAC. Takes 2 double A's. So this has problems with the battery compartment. You see that? Okay. I'll just write some notes. So we'll leave that off to the side. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Oh, comes with a free CD in it. It's called Wild Weekend CDs 1 Friday. Nice. Let's put some batteries in. And press play. Whoop. So we've got some action. It's spinning. Oh, I need to find something to plug it in so I can get some sound. One moment. I've got my little IKEA portable Bluetooth speaker. Got it plugged in. Let's give it a go. So, no idea what's on. This is the one that came with it. Whoop, it's playing. Attention. You are now. I don't know what this is. Some sort of techno. Yeah. That seems fine. Yeah, not my sort of thing. So that seems fine. I might give it more of a test later on, but for now, I'm going to say that this particular unit is functioning fine. Works. Fantastic. Alright, Telefunken. I love how each one of these is completely different in the way it has its controls and things. Got the display there and the buttons on the side. Must have been a fun time to be an engineer. So what will we do? Hit play, pause. Oh, perhaps I should put some batteries in. Can't expect it to work without any electricity. That would be stupid. Alright. See what happens if we press play. Oh, I've got something on the display. And I can hear the motor spinning maybe. It spins up. It says disc. Press that again. Nothing. So I can hear a noise like the motor is trying to spin. Oh, all of a sudden it started spinning. Okay, where's the volume? And now, is it slowing down? Very weird, hang on. Now it's stopping. Why are you stopping? I can hear the motor spinning. What happens if I press skip search? So it seems to spin if I move it. Would that be right? What other options do we have on here? Nothing? Yeah, now it's stopped again. It says error. Okay, so this one is has display, spins, and stops. Cool. So that'll be something to work on. That side. So I've saved the Sony ones till last. These are the ones I'm most interested in. Where's the battery compartment? Ah, there it is. Good on you, Sony, just to be different. Put the battery department inside. Just to make it more difficult. I guess they made it that way to save a bit of space, maybe. Alright, it says disc, and I can hear something spinning. Let me plug this in. How do you get it to work? There's a, okay, so there's a control on the side. Press. Sounds like it's going to work. Yes. Where's the volume? That's the volume there. Do, 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 do. Wow, that seems to work perfectly. Excellent. So I'll give that a bit more of a test later on. works. Yeah. So basically, I will test them out by playing CDs in it, you know, for an hour or so. Well, that's really good. So the little Sony one works. Right, this one seems a bit more pimped out. It says rechargeable battery, headphones with remote. So it has all the features. Let's see what happens. Press play. Nothing. Nothing at all. Oh no. It's a play there. Oh, it's play mode. Okay, so it's spinning. Can hear it whirring around. Where's the volume? Nothing's coming out. So what's that? That's the... Okay, so that says a headphones remote / remote. Is there a line out? Let's try the line out. No, nothing. And it's not moving, like it's spinning, but it's not moving off that track 1. Oh, there we go. It's now saying track 1. Track 2. Nothing. Let me try the headphone jack again. Nope. Okay, so it seems to be spinning, but no sound. All right. Well, we might as well just start with this TAC one. Just pull it apart and see what goes on. So this is the one with the faulty battery terminals. They're all corroded. We need something to put that in. Looking at the screws, has anyone been in here? I think they have. See a bit of potentially. Never opened one of these before, so I have no idea what to expect, whether it's going to come apart easily or it's going to spring apart. Put that aside. Any screws in there? Oh, there's one more screw here. Feels like it's clipped. There's a lot of... Feels like it's complicated in there. Am I missing a screw anywhere? Because it feels like it's been held. Okay, so there were some clips there, so they've now been what am I seeing here? Oops. It's falling apart, but it still doesn't want to open. There's a ribbon cable in this corner, which is okay, that was stuck. Okay. So does that ribbon cable pull out? Yes, it does. So that's the top part. What do we see inside? We've got this unit here. These look terrible, obviously. The battery terminals. Better get it under the microscope. Okay, let's take a quick look around. Take a look at the battery terminals first. So there's the corrosion there. It doesn't look too bad on this side here, which is good because this side here is just bridging terminals. So I can do something with that, no problems. Just looking down here. Yeah, there's a little bit of gunk there, but nothing really to speak of. The problem is with corrosion is that it cannot travel basically from the battery terminals, and it can corrode the PCB. But we'll just have a quick look around, see if we can't spot anything. So this is the optical unit, and that just seems to lift out. There is a there's a ribbon cable that it is underneath here that looks to be glued down. So I'm not really sure I want to remove the optical unit. Yes, I have to. Yeah, it looks like it's been glued to the PCB. So we'll just leave that for the moment. The good thing about this unit, it looks like, I'll turn it over, looks like there's no belts involved. It's just a motor driving the CD spindle directly, which I've had enough of dealing with belts. Let's just take a quick look around and see if there's anything obviously wrong. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. But, I mean, obviously we would need to look at the other side of the board, and I'm not sure how to get the board out. Doesn't want to. IPA in a can. that seems to be working better. If I can clean this. You know what? The last time I had to do something like this, I used a little bit of CLR. Fit in? Yes. Alright. So that's CLR. Calcium, lime scale, and rust removal. And it's definitely wanting to interact with it. Isn't that mesmerizing? It's like a lava lamp. Well, what do you think? You know, compared to the way it was. So much better. Alright, so I've put the battery terminals back in, cleaned them. Let's just see what happens if we just put it back together. Oh, this ribbon cable is going to be hell. Let's see. I think this is saying positive goes this way. Nothing. Okay, well, I'm thinking maybe bypassing the batteries and applying power directly. Might be worth a shot. Otherwise, we need to remove this PCB and get to the other side to see what's going on there. Alright, well, I've got some good news. As I was playing around with the board, it fell out. It was just friction fitted between the plastic and these battery terminals. Yeah, and it just fell out. So now I can access the back of the unit and we can take a look. So immediately I've come in, I've had a look at where the battery terminals are, and you can see here that this terminal here is not looking so great, but immediately next to this terminal is what looks like a diode. So it's got 3437 on it. I think it's a diode. Says D8, and it has a stripe on this side which I think is the negative side, and I'm guessing by the position that it's in that it's probably a reverse polarity diode, which basically stops, if you put the battery in the wrong way, it stops current being able to flow into the circuit backwards. So I wonder whether or not this diode is faulty. Let's check it out. Alright, so let me put the multimeter probes on there. It's in diode mode. I can't show you the readout. I'll tell you what it is. So it's reading 0.234 of a volt. And if I reverse the polarity, it's reading 0.005 of a volt. I don't know whether that's any good or not. Depends on the type of diode it is. I should at least remove it so that I can test it properly out of circuit. Let's do that. I'll heat up the soldering iron. Some flux on there. bit of fresh solder. Okay. Here is our diode. Let's see what it does. So it's reading the same 0.231. Let me see if I've got a diode to just try it with. So I just found a couple of diodes that I have lying around. I'm just going to test the voltage drop. So on this large one here, which I believe is some sort of power diode, it's 0.6 volt, and with this little one is 0.632. And so if I go back to the original one, I need to spin it around. It was something like 0.234. So I'm assuming that it's bad, but not knowing enough about electronics, I don't know whether or not that is actually a diode, and whether or not it's not a special diode. It's just an assumption I'm going to make. So, but I think for the testing, I'll use this one here because I know that will be highly rated for power. I suppose it doesn't really matter. So the amount of power that we're talking about, well, from the battery, it's 3 volts. And I think the input voltage from a power adapter was 4.5 volts. So probably either one of these would do. In actual fact, considering the amount of the size constraint that I might have, I might just use this diode here temporarily in its place and see whether that makes any difference. And if it doesn't, well, I can always put the other diode back. Okay, I've got the batteries in. Let's hook this up. Press play. Oh, we've got something on the display now, which we didn't have before. So that's good. What do we got? Got some Jimmy Barnes. Let's put this in and see what happens. Come on, Barnesy. Oh, it's displaying track 1. Yes. I can't play too much or else I get a copyright strike. But that's cool. It works. Excellent. 1 down. Well, I think we'll leave this video on a high. This is now repaired. I'll test it more thoroughly later on. But if you've enjoyed this, please consider giving me a thumbs up. It really helps. And also consider subscribing. I'm going to be repairing the other CD players that don't work in future videos. I'll leave links in the description to those videos. There'll also be a playlist of the repairing of these CD players. So I hope you enjoyed that. See you later. Ciao.